Guys, remember me to record the class set because sometimes I'm missing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So today we'll be discussing functional testing types or terminologies, what we can say, testing terminologies or okay, testing terminologies. Okay, these testing terminologies or functional testing types, what I'm discussing, are very, very important. Okay, very, very important terms. Okay.
Your voice is low. Could
Uh,
you just
yeah, yeah, sure, sure, I will do it. Let me check once. Yeah. Okay.
I think your mic is away from your mouth, that's why.
Now, actually, I have kept the laptop a bit far from me. So, uh,
Maybe that's why.
so now it's fine now.
Yes.
Yeah. So, till now, what we have discussed, you both have any questions, any doubts, anything you want to ask me? Or I'm explaining you clearly, or I'm going a bit fast? Any feedback, something like that?
As of now, it's clear.
Am I going a bit fast?
No.
It's okay.
Okay. So first important term is smoke testing versus sanity testing. These two are some of very, 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 you can keep 5 6 stars, that much important terms. These two are in interview point of view. Okay. We'll discuss one by one. Smoke testing first. So what is a smoke test? So what is a smoke test? Take an image. Yeah. Now, before smoke test, we will learn about one term called build. So, in our SDLC, we have heard the term build, right? Build or code. So, what is build actually? So, build is a form of code which is being in the form of executable file, okay, in exe format or some version. Okay, it is a piece of a code which will be delivered for testing. Okay, so once if the developer has written a piece of code, he will deliver us in a bit of executable format, or he will insert, he will integrate that one to the web application front end format. So he says, for example, if you go with this Amazon one, he says that in Amazon this mobile section is ready, mobile build is ready, you can go for testing. Okay, that is called as build. Okay, it is, which is an executable format. So when developers work on that build, it will be a white box testing, and when the build be we work, it will be a black box testing. Okay, so coming to smoke test, what is a smoke test actually? Smoke test means verifying verifies the critical functionalities like application starts or not. So in example, if we take an example like this e-commerce website is there. So what is the critical function? So now our developers have said that the application is ready. Okay, they ask us to test. So what will happen is we don't do complete testing. We just enter into the login functionalities and we just navigate through important, very critical functionalities of this application. we just go through mobiles. Okay, we see, okay, it is function fine, working fine. Just I'll try to select one mobile. I'll see, I'll try to go to buy now. Simply, these are all critical functionalities, right? So I'll just go through them and I'll try to access that one, and I'll see, I've taken this mobile, given means I'm going to cart, and whether I'm able to buy it or not. So critical functionalities, we'll go through the critical functionalities and verifies the basic feature or critical functionalities is called a smoke test. Here in the smoke test, we provide only valid data. Okay, remember that one. We provide only valid data. We don't provide invalid data, and we don't do any high level testing. Just an application is given to us at high level, very critical functionalities we will cover. We'll go through just like we'll give a small nap or small go through on the application, rough go through on the application, and we see the system is ready or not. Why we should do that? What is the purpose of doing a smoke test? Why we should do only critical functionalities first and not the complete application? At that time we will know whether these are working or not. Yes, we will know at that time when we do all other functionalities also. But why we do critical functionalities main means, so now the application is ready. So I have developed an application and I have given to the team. So Koti, Amar, and some XYZ are all the 5 members. They are working on their modules and they are testing their modules. And at some point, Koti found that in mobile, in he's working on mobile section, and he found that billing is not working, payment is not working, which is a critical functionality of an application, e-commerce application. And Amar also found the same. He has completed all the testing and he has found that billing part is not working for him also. So, as it is a critical functionality, for everyone has spent a lot of time to testing all other scenarios, and they have found that critical, very important point of billing is not working for most of the team members. So, their all time is waste, right? Again, when the payment section is ready, again Koti has to work on complete A to Z of his applications. Amar has to work on complete his section A to Z. So initially time waste. Again this time waste, right? So for reducing the time and making sure the application is ready for testable, if the very critical functionalities are not ready for testing and they are not good for testing, what is the purpose of doing testing, right? So to verify whether the application is ready for testable or not, we do smoke test. So when an application is passed, when the build is passed, smoke test. See here, if it is passed to smoke test, then we go for complete system testing or regression testing. Then we go for complete system testing or regression testing, right? And then okay, we are good. Then what is sanity testing then? So sanity testing is also similar to such kind of thing only. But in smoke test, what happens is like smoke test we'll be doing in initial days of the project, like build one, build two, build three, as I have shown here. So sanity test relatively stable builds after multiple rounds of regression testing. So see, smoke test is done when the application is unstable, and sanity test is done when the application is stable. When the when the builds are stable, means see initially build one, build two, build three, they won't be stable, right? So starting they face many issues. The many issues may be due to lack of understanding or lack of controversies. Controversy means like uh, we may not compromise. We may not understand and we may not compromise certain things. So due to those all things, initially build won't be stable. So after 30, 31, 32, build will be stable. Now here they add new functionalities in the build. Okay, they add the new functionalities. They add the new functionalities and do testing. So here when you go for a mobile section and you see here a new functionality is being added, like Consider in mobiles, the new mobile came, Oppo mobile came. So Oppo mobile functionality has been added newly to the application. So, or there was a bugs in MI mobile section, or there was a bug in mobile section, or there was a bug in a pantry section, or all some section. So the bug fix has been done. Okay. So once the bug fix has been done, and uh, bu- yeah, I'm sorry. So once the bug fix is being done, or new functionalities have been added, then we go for sanity testing. Okay. So I'll show you the difference. So, I'm recording right now. So yeah, see, these are the basic important some differences about smoke test and sanity testing. Smoke test is performed to assess the critical functions of the program are fine. Okay, critical functionalities of the program are fine. Here, new functionalities bugs have been fixed or not. So the object of this testing is to verify stability of the system. Smoke test is to show that the application is stable. So now we can do some different types of testings on the application, right? So whereas to verify the rationality of the system, or in order to proceed with more rigorous, smoke test is being done by developers or testers. Anybody can do smoke testing, but whereas sanity testing is done only by testers. Okay, and another important point is smoke test is being usually documented or scripted, and sanity test does not do any documentation. They doesn't need with documentation. See here, smoke test is a subset of regression testing, so you can ignore this point, because why I'm saying to ignore this point means in some, when you search in Google or when you go through some books, somebody says sanity test is a subset of regression, or somebody says smoke test is a subset of regression. So there may be different meanings. So there may be different meanings, different people explain in different methods, but it's fine. Okay. So smoke test is to entire system from end to end exercise, whereas sanity test is for particular component of the entire system. So we'll test only a particular component in sanity test, whereas in smoke test we do the entire testing. Okay, these are some important points of this one. Okay, smoke test. So one important about what we can say here for smoke test means, we can say uh, the build.
So, in smoke testing, how do you know these critical functionalities? Like,
Critical functionalities, who will know means, either if we have experience will be known, or else we'll have a document will be there which will be given for us, which need to be tested. In smoke test related document they will mention an SRS document. In smoke test we need to cover these all things.
okay.
Good question actually. So the build which we received from development team is testable or not. So this is one point. It is at build level. Okay. Next point. Sorry. Excuse me. So in smoke test, our main focus will be on uh, beyond core application. Okay, so on core application, our focus will be. Okay, and one more point is we give only valid data. Okay, we don't give invalid data. For example, if you are going for login, we don't give negative value. If you login for login functionality, if you need to enter 4 to 8 characters, we don't give boundary value like minimum maximum values, and we don't check it. Like we give three values at three characters and test. We don't do all those things. We just enter valid data, valid username, valid password. We enter into the application. We log in and we do all important critical functionalities. Okay, that is smoke test. And one more point, like here is we don't write any specific test cases for this both smoke test and sanity test. Uh, Especially for smoke test, we don't write any specific test cases. See, we don't write any specific test cases. Means we will already use the test cases which are there. Already we have written test cases for the application, right? Based on SRS document, like login functionalities. When we enter into the Amazon, we see their mobile section. We have written for appliances section. We have written for all categories. So we will execute them. We'll execute those test cases only, but we don't write any new test cases. Okay, and in sanity testing, this is done during release phase. Okay, this is done during release phase, and it is a it is at release level.
So release level, it means before go live.
Yeah, a release level. Release level means we are almost completed. The application is almost ready. So we are about to release that. Release means uh, we are about to do complete testing, regression testing, all other testing. So application is ready now. We can do whatever we want. At that stage, we do the sanity testing. Okay.
Yes.
So actually, you may have doubt why we need to do sanity test and why the smoke test. See, especially in practical way, in practical lifestyle of testing, what happens is in agile methodologies, when we work with agile methodologies, we have a lot of pressure. Lot of pressure means there would be a very deadlines would be very tight, and we need to be done release. What they do is initially they ask for complete it. The product owners they keep more pressure on us, and they give us very little time to do testing on the application, on our module, on our functionality. They give a very little time for us to do test. Or they say that please complete this by end of the day. Or, do whatever you want, complete it by end of the day. Completed testing. So what we do at that time, at that level, we'll just do very important critical functionalities. We just go through front of Parafat, we'll do the testing and we'll say it's fine. And after that, in regression testing or in anywhere, if they get errors, there will be a separate time span for those things. So we can cover it there. But initially, it should be ready for basic things, should be ready for testing. See, one more thing. In sanity test, if you find a issue, whether the application need to be go for release or not, or go for regression testing or not, that is manager's decision. What he will say, if you find a bug in payment mode, he may say, okay, you just complete it. We'll add that bug in regression testing. We'll look into it. So in the regression phase, there would be some what we say time for regression testing and development if any bugs are there. So They will cover this one there, and they will log a bug there, and they will try to complete it there. Okay, I clear here.
Yes.
Any questions?
Yes, I
So
have a
release
question.
level in the sense which environment, like in production or like
No,
development?
not in production, not in production. Because see, here if you see the map here, see the sanity testing is done. After sanity test, we need to do system test, right? We need to do system test
Okay,
or regression testing. So release for test environment.
okay.
Yeah, you are asking something, Amar.
Yes. Once this process is done, so on go live date, once the application is go live, so on same day we also perform some testing. So is it a smoke testing?
Yeah, smoke test. Yeah, in production also we do smoke test. So once the application is being released to develop live, go live, there we do smoke test because we just have a glance at critical functionalities. Everything is working in their environment. After that, again UAT they will do beta testing will be done. Alpha beta. After beta testing also they will do smoke test sometimes in some organizations because they want to make sure. See, beta testing, alpha testing, and beta testing. Alpha testing is like in development premises making the environment. Beta testing is like in client premises making the environment. So when they go for live also, they do some smoke test. Okay, clear.
Yes.
Okay, next. Next we go for regression testing versus retesting. What happened here? Okay, so some image is not loading. Let me once again check it. Okay. So regression testing versus retesting. This is another important point and important question. Okay. So regression testing means it's a type of software testing that ensures an application still functions as it should after any changes to the code. So in general terminologies, see regression. What is meant by regression? So see here, we have designed some new test cases. Okay, we are running these test cases. Okay, so we have found some defects while running the test cases. Some defects have been observed. Okay, we have given to we have reported them. Developer has fixed those things and they are given for retesting. We have done the retesting and retesting is completed. Now what we do? Regression testing. Regression testing means we make sure the application is not broke anywhere. Application is not broken anywhere after adding new functionalities. See, After adding new functionalities means now we have initially we have developed this complete Amazon website has been ready. Okay. Now what happens in market? We see in mobile section a new mobile has been added. For example, under mobiles, you see what are all there. You can see Oppo mobile has been newly added for under mobile section. Okay. Now what you do, you will add a new functionality to to mobile section. So then you will test that this complete mobiles functionality, this complete mobiles, see under this mobiles, MI, OnePlus, Samsung, all are there. You have added a new one as Oppo. So due to that one, you make sure these all are not failed. So if you add a mobile, Oppo mobile, and if you try to if you are working on MI mobiles, and if MI mobiles got failed due to this one, then it is not a good part, right? So I'll explain you and with another example. See, take this image. Okay, okay. Don't consider this one. Okay, leave this one. Okay, don't consider this one or don't consider this name. Just I'm showing. See, this is one major application. This is one major application. One application is there. So we have two sub applications. Okay, we have two sub applications. Under this, we have, see, for this is mobile section. Okay, under this we have MI, newly added Oppo. Okay, so here appliances, under appliances we go for PGN and we go for Prestige. Okay, so now this newly added Oppo functionality been newly added. So due to this, see, this MI functionality may spoil or this complete mobile section may disturb. So what we do is we do testing of this complete mobile section. Okay, doing this, executing this complete section test cases again and again when a new functionality is added is called as regression testing. Okay, adding when a new functionality is added, doing the regression testing is called this one, regression testing. Okay, if this class completes, just join again. Okay, again with the same this one. Regression testing helps answer the questions. Did we create and change anything or something like that? See, the main use is like it will make sure the application is 100% stable. We try to do 100% stable. Okay, and whereas coming to retesting, it is just testing a defect again. See here in this image, I have shown you. When we do testing test cases, if you've got a defect, when we observe a defect, we do when we do a particular application testing, when we find defects, we do retesting on that particular defect, not the entire application. See, if we find a defect here at this MI mobiles, we do testing on this MI only. We don't do application on this complete Amazon or complete mobile. We do testing only on this particular defect what we have logged. Okay, so that is called as retesting. So when are we retesting? What is the purpose? Like when software undergoes a change, when a particular new thing is been added or new defect has been found. So why are we retesting? Like to make sure that the new additions, new changes are functioning properly. Their functionality is working properly. They are not unstable. To make sure these things, we do retesting. So the major difference between retesting and regression. Okay, major difference between retesting and regression. So I'll write here finding new bugs. Okay, this is regression. Okay, retesting is confirming that old bugs are fixed and working properly. Okay. Next, so this regression testing is mostly used for automation. We do automation for this. See, whenever now in market automation, Selenium automation is more important. Okay, this is happening because of this regression testing. Means, see, whenever we do multiple changes, see here, this my new Oppo is came, new one more new mobile Motorola came, something. So new functionalities are being added. So we need to make sure this complete mobile section of this complete Amazon does not fail. So for this, every time we write lot of test cases. See, for mobile section we write one MI section we write some 10 test cases. Oppo section we write some 20 test cases. Altogether for this mobile application we write some 20. So for only for this mobile section for testing we may write around 30 test cases. For example, consider if you have written 30 test cases. Every time when a new functionality added, a new changes have been added, we need to execute these test case, 30 test cases, like going there, entering everything. So to avoid this time, what they do is they do automation for all these 30 test cases at a time. So what happens is like he just goes and click the button, application test case button in Selenium. He clicks enter and this application script to keep on running. 30 test cases related script to keep on running. And if any defects are there, it will report it. So we need not write again. We need not to waste our time of going each and every test case, marking it as pass, taking a screenshot of it, and we need not do all those things. So that is the reason this is mostly used for automation. Regression is used in automation. Whereas this is mostly used for manual. We are doing a particular this one, no? So for manual, we will be using this one. So this regression testing sometimes it will be unplanned work sometimes, but for defects we have a planned work. Means like we allocate some time for defect fixing. Okay. So these are some of the important differences. So one more important for when coming for a regression testing is there are different types of regression testing. So this different types of regression testing mean we need not worry about this. Nobody will ask. If anybody stress you, you just keep it in mind. So one is corrective regression testing. Corrective regression testing is like analyzing the impact of the new code. So we analyze the impact of the new code on the software which is which is having already a old code. So what this will do? Corrective measures. We are discussing about we'll find out the corrective measures. Okay. Next one is selective regression testing. Okay. This is also we particularly select a particular part and we'll find out the impact of that newly added code. Next one is progressive regression testing. So this regressive testing, what we do is uh, when there are new test cases have been added, we do this one. When new test cases have been added, okay. And next to partial regression testing. Last one is unit regression testing. Unit regression testing means we do a particular unit, a particular module of the application, because and while doing this particular module we block all other things, means you don't work on remaining all things should not come into picture. Okay. So these are the 5 types of regression testing types. Any questions here?
What is selective?
If you don't mind, can you explain one more time regression testing?
Yeah. Regression. Regression means doing the same multiple times. Okay.
Okay.
Multiple times we'll be executing the same test cases. Okay. See here. So for whenever new functionality has been added or a new code fix, say now we have found a issue in payment section in this. For example, you say there was a small bug we observed in payment section when we go for MI mobiles, when we purchase MI mobiles. Okay, so this fix has been added. So this is a critical functionality. So what we do, we do regression testing of this complete mobiles section, because here in mobiles we have multiple mobiles are there. Okay, when we go for mobiles there are 20 types of mobiles are there, and we may feel that this payment section may fail in any of other mobiles also, mobile types also, right? So what we do is we do regression. We do one sort of testing on all the complete test cases. Okay, complete test cases related to mobile section. Whenever a new functionality has been added or whenever a new bug fix, new code changes, more bigger, larger amount, like which when we feel that this code change will be impacting the application, whenever we feel that the code change will be impacting the application. Okay, see, when we do a code change for this payment mode, it will impact the complete application, right? In all the sections, because the payment method, payment related code will be same for all the mobiles or all the appliances or all categories. Okay, buy now button is same for everywhere. See, here if I select this Oppo mobile, here you see buy now and add to cart. If I go for this one, you see same. And if I go for any other thing, any other category, see here laptops, I go for hard drives. Here you see the same. If I select any hard drive and I try to purchase one thing, here is the same add to cart by the same functionality. So if there is a change in this functionality, this add to cart, then it will impact complete all other categories of the application, right? Mobiles, laptops, cameras, or some other anything, anywhere you go, the same function, add to cut by now, right? So